All right, not a great night truly for the Padres in a number of areas. Not just the game, but you look at some of these results. They're no longer the top wild card. Now they remain well positioned, but not as well positioned as if they would have won here tonight. Brian Wu, we warned you. We talked about this actually heading into the series. His stuff is legitimate, and his year has been ridiculous. And the Padres weren't crisp defensively. Thankfully, they weren't perfect game tier tonight. And Fernando Tatis Jr. individually had some ridiculous moments. I mean, truly had ridiculous moments in this game, but we're not really here for that right now. We're here to watch the Padres hopefully get to the postseason and in the best possible shape that they can. So they split in Seattle going in. I don't think that's the worst result. But you know who's waiting on the other side is Logan Webb. And San Francisco is a lot like Seattle in terms of they're good at home and they're capable enough. And you look at this wild card race, Jim, and the Padres are 2.5 games better than Atlanta. That's good news. They have the tiebreaker. They've got 2 games in the loss column. But, man, the Mets are right on their tails. Arizona's a half game better. So as you make your way in, subscribe. Year-on content for Padres fans. We'd love to get to 7,000 subscribers tonight with your help. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you seriously for the super chats. We appreciate your longtime support of the channel. If you want to see your comment on the screen, if you want to control the direction of the conversation, click the $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member, click join down below. Again, the split, Jim, I don't think is the end of the world, but we're getting down to the very end here, and every night is really meaningful, and every loss is impactful.
Real quick before we get into this, yes, guys, we will be testing John's tap water later in the show. Don't want to miss it. I gave him my pH tester.
Is this like, are we pregnant?
Anyway, stay tuned for that.
Let's get to that in 45 minutes.
Right. Yeah. And then maybe we'll give John like a 5-minute window to rant about conference realignment with the Pac-12 and San Diego State.
Unless you guys contribute with super chats and say no.
Right. Because
you can filibuster me out of it with super
chats. I mean, he's itching. Anyway, not a good night at all. You know, yes, you fall half game back of Arizona. You fall a game back in the loss column against Arizona. It's just shaping up more and more like that last series against Arizona is going to determine like everything as far as home field goes. You know, I don't think it's going to determine if they make the postseason, because Atlanta's, I mean, shooting themselves in the foot here. Even if you're 2.5 up on Atlanta, you hold the tiebreaker against them. So like that's a good thing. Atlanta's going to have to play out of their mind here, and the Padres are going to have to play 500, even though they kind of are playing I mean, they are playing 500.
Kind of, yeah. What do we have that since the 19-3? Do we know what they've done since that?
That's a good question.
There was a 7-7 in there.
Hold on, let me start.
Yeah.
So when did the 19-3 end? After the Rocky series or after the Minnesota Twins series?
We need to look at the schedule results page on Baseball. You need to see it as a list. You know what I mean? 2024 schedule results. Hold on. We need to see it as a list.
So it stopped on August 15th, 19-3.
Okay.
All right.
Which is great. That was amazing.
So since then, where is this?
I know it's still a lot.
Jeez. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 and
include tonight too.
They're 13 and 12.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to us. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. So since
which, by the way, has been good enough to maintain a playoff position, and likely if they close in that manner. I mean, I say likely. I mean, but Jim, I'll be honest. I mean, it may not be enough. Like again, Atlanta would have to get hot, and they're not. But we're basically that's what we're gonna do. Cross the finger and say, you know what, go 8-7, and then just pray Atlanta's not really. Now, who's the team that has the Philly set the 7 of the next 10? That's the Mets, right?
Is it?
I think the Mets will play the Phillies 7 times to close, or Atlanta. I think it's the Mets, or is it Atlanta?
Let me check here. The Mets.
They play 7.
Yeah, they play Philly for 7, and they
play Philly for 7, and you're not winning 5 of those games.
Dude, listen to the Mets schedule. Phillies for 3 on the road, Washington at home for 3, Philly for 4 to end the home stretch there. Then on the road to finish the year up against Atlanta and Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee might not be playing for anything, truthfully. So, like,
That's a really tough schedule.
but again, Milwaukee's not playing for anything.
Dude, 7 against the Phillies.
I know.
The Phillies, have been very good all year. Like, again, are you going to go 5-2 against the Phillies, right? I guess it's possible. Their division, right? It's possible. Anything's possible, but that to me is a little uphill.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like right now is crunch time. And I just hope people don't like jump off the bandwagon here. I mean, where
is everyone tonight?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm a little disappointed tonight, guys. Like, we're in crunch time. And yeah, they lost tonight.
15 games left. Oh, they lost. I'm not gonna consume it.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, I love you guys. You guys are great. You make the show.
Everyone here is the greatest thing ever.
But like, the thing is, we see the numbers when they win through the freaking roof. When they lose, crater. I don't get it. Like, you're either in or you're out. And right now, it's go time. Like, yeah, they lost tonight. It sucks. They had to drop to the 5th seed. It sucks.
Right, but it's the middle of September.
But we're in like crunch time right now. It just bothers me when, I watch if the 49ers or whatever, right? Like, I'm watching every single podcast even after they lose. Actually, I'm watching more podcasts after they lose than they win, to be honest with you.
I mean, I get it both ways, but like this is not like it's May 15th, we'll figure it out. Like this is go time. I mean, this is why last night they're using their 18 bullpen. This is why tonight Michael King is pitching.
Yeah. I mean,
he could have been skipped. Now, Martin Perez went on paternity list, so maybe honestly he couldn't have been skipped. But I mean, you're truly going for it right now, as they should be. They're not going to win every game. And Brian Wu was good. I mean, that's just a factual statement. I bet if he was facing most teams tonight, he would have absolutely shoved. His numbers at home are ridiculously good. I don't think the Padres played particularly good baseball, truthfully, either in the loss. So both things I think can be true. And this game could have been closer. They could have given themselves a chance to win this game if they kept it closer than 5 runs. So, listen, there's no sky falling. They're well positioned. But this is an interesting point from David. And thank you for the first super of the night. Guys over here, subscribe, and please subscribe. We're trying to get to 7,000 subscribers. And thank you for the super chats. We'll get to all of them here tonight. Click the $sign below the chat box.
That's a movie during the nice game. That was when they had no shot. That's the thing. They had no quarterback. They were done. Like, season over. This is not that situation. Season's not over.
Don't give, Jim. Don't use Jim as an example. What about this theory? If you can't get the 1, would you prefer the 3? Because it's Milwaukee, not Arizona. Is that preferable? Or is it just semantics? Do we even know?
Well, here's the thing. I think regardless of, we can look towards the future, but all that matters once you get to the postseason is what's in front of you, and what will be in front of this team will be whoever their matchup in the wild card round is.
Exactly.
And I don't know about you, but I much rather be at Petco Park against whoever than.
Well, no, but he's saying if you're not the 1, if you could be the 2 or the 3.
Oh,
if you could be the 2 or the 3, what would you prefer? If you're not the 1,
I'd prefer the 3.
Even though, just hear me out. The 2, you got 20,000 Padres fans in Arizona. The 3, you don't really have Padres fans in Milwaukee by and large. I'm not saying that's a factor. I mean, I'm just saying it's one thing to get. And again, you go to Phoenix, it's a 40-minute puddle jumping flight for the team. You go to Milwaukee. I'm just throwing out hypotheticals.
I mean, I get it. Good point. I just don't. Again, it doesn't matter for me where they play. To be honest with you.
Me too. I'm not overly worried, and that's why David's point I think is actually pretty valid.
Like, if they have to go on the road, to be honest.
Mauricio, thank you for the super. He says, we're out here, 1, but in full-blown panic mode. Oh, he's talking about Padres fans. 2, can Jim do the Ohtani Dodgers announcer impersonation for us? Is now the time for that?
Not right now. I'm sorry.
Maybe later, Mauricio, follow up with us, even with the super. I don't think we can start the show with that right now. This isn't all fun and games yet.
I mean, it's just like, are your guys' notifications not on? Like, what's going on here?
No, notifications are on. I mean, I heard Schulte post game, and everything's all normal.
Doesn't seem normal. It seems like everyone's just like, well, when they lose, I don't care. Like what?
No, I don't think that's accurate. I really don't. I think people, I think but hear me out for 1 second, Jim. I think people are fearing a shoe dropping, aka the worst.
I get it. I get it.
I think there's a possibility that they say, you know what, can we just hold on to this thing? Like, we're not going to go to San Francisco and lose a series there. Like we just lost a series to San Francisco at home, right? We're not going to come home against Houston and lose that series, right? I mean, how many times have we said the schedule is damn challenging? And it's proving to be really challenging. And by the way, this
GL Creative or GJL Creative Studios. I can say whatever I want.
It's our channel. I mean, we're not crying over the numbers.
No.
It's just observation. I mean, we're not calling out the people that are here.
No. You guys are great. Love you.
Yeah.
It's just, I find it a little interesting. That's all.
Mark is pro Brewers series because he lives in Milwaukee. So that'd be cool.
You can be there at this.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And by the way, it's not guaranteed to be Milwaukee. I don't have it in front of me. I could look, but how many games is Milwaukee behind LA or Philadelphia?
Milwaukee got their ass kicked tonight.
Yeah. And Milwaukee's in trouble, actually. They're going to be the 3.
Yeah, they're the 3. They're 3 back in the loss against the Dodgers. And
yeah, they're done.
So maybe you do want to be the 6 because Milwaukee hasn't been playing good baseball.
Because it's the freaking Brewers.
Because they know they're going to win the Central. And by a lot, by the way. I mean, they are 8 games up on the Cubs, who I think are
they won their
losing.
division.
Yeah, they're going to win their division.
Yeah.
So their whole thing is right now. They're the 3. Set things up.
Set the rotation.
Yeah. So maybe you do want to be the 6 because then you do get a team that's kind of like maybe sleepwalking a little bit to the postseason. And you've been playing your ass off here for the last 2 months.
It's a possibility. What's Atlanta's closing? Have we discussed Atlanta's schedule? Because that's really the team that matters the most right now to me. They're on the outside looking in.
Atlanta has the second easiest path to the postseason here.
It ain't that easy. They got 4 games at home against the Dodgers. Is their next series?
Yeah, but also they face Cincinnati, Miami.
It's not that easy. Mets, Royals.
Not that easy.
But it's, I mean, that 4-game home series against LA.
They did not have a good week so far. I mean, they lost their makeup game to Cincinnati 1-0, and they lost tonight.
5-1.
5-1, yeah.
And they, after winning yesterday, 12. I mean, I think here's another example. Like, I'm just going to say this, Jim. I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. I'm kind of pro the Dodgers just burying them. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking right now about the Padres getting into the postseason. And again, I'm not going to sit there with my freaking Freddie Freeman jersey with freaking pom-poms.
No.
But I have no problem with the Dodgers winning 3 out of 4 games. I just have no problem with it. I just don't. I mean, Atlanta needs to win at a high clip. And if they lose 3 out of 4 games to the Dodgers, they're, potentially screwed.
Yeah, you kind of.
I don't know if do you guys feel that same way? Put it in the chat. I mean, I'm not saying go out and actively root for the Dodgers, but I wouldn't actively root against it either.
With the division out of reach here for the Padres, I'll never openly say I'm rooting for the Dodgers, but I will be rooting
rooting.
I'll be rooting for the Braves to lose this weekend.
I think that's the right way to do it. I really do. I mean, again, do we want to? What's the saying? Like, what hill do we want to die on? You want to see the Dodgers lose 4 straight games at the expense of the Padres getting into the postseason? I don't.
No, and it would be such a Dodgers thing to like lose this series.
They're going to lose 4 straight in Atlanta, something crazy like that. That's a problem.
And you have a Bob Melvin revenge series again. You're like, oh shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But hey, the fact of the matter is the Padres aren't playing as good as baseball as they were when the second half started here. They are 13-12 since the 19-3 run, and it might end up being good enough, but like I said today on John and Jim, it feels like one of those football games that you're watching that your team's only up like 13-6, and they've been dominated the whole first half, and you're like, why aren't they leading by more? This should be like 20-6 right now. And that's how it kind of feels right now with the Padres, the way they've been playing. If I'm taking into account the entire second half so far, you're like, they have the best record or maybe they're now tied or second best, whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
They have one of the best records in all of baseball in the second half. They've been playing lights out, and they're only the 5th seed right now, and they're a game and a half up on a playoff spot. Like, that's crazy.
It's completely crazy. Like I said, nothing is in the bag. There are no guarantees right now. I still think they're well enough positioned because of Atlanta, but they're not perfectly positioned. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
High Note Music, thank you for the very generous super. I think
Thanks,
the first
man.
super, so we
Or-
appreciate you. He says, love you guys, J&J. We love you. Been following y'all for the last few years. Heart or whatever. Is this a heart? This is like an apple or something. Keep up the great work. See, this is interesting. Concern Merrill's injury has him a step slow. We need our emotional leader to get better. His energy is needed. So he was 0 for 3 tonight. What day did he miss, Jim?
Saturday.
What the hell's today? And what was
Today's
day?
Wednesday.
So the date was
the 7th. He hit himself on the 6th.
So did he pinch hit in that game? 7th? He did.
What are you talking about? In the 7th?
I'm saying, did he appear the next day as a pinch hitter, even though he didn't start? Okay. So, but just hear me out. From the 5th on, which again has nothing to do with the injury, the 5th, but he's 0 for 7, 0 for 8, 1 for 11, 1 for 15. He's 1 for his last 18. That's like the first time we've said that this year.
Not the best time to do that.
He's 1 for his last 18. And 2 of those games are before he got hit himself. Are we concerned?
I'm not going to say we are concerned, but I mean, the dude hit a ball square off his bone in his leg. I mean, that thing is probably still welted.
Absolutely.
And it's probably definitely like heavily wrapped and everything. He's probably getting treatment on it every single day. And he did it a home run on Sunday, but I mean, he was very quiet in the series. And by very quiet, he didn't have a hit, right?
This series?
Did he have a hit this series?
No, he was 0 for 7.
Okay, yeah. So he didn't have a hit this series. 2 strikeouts.
He homered. His one hit's that home run, right? He hit a home run at Petco 2 or 3.
And he was limping around the base paths.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
he's hurt.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
Is, I think, an accurate statement. Now they're off tomorrow. Remember that. I think that's a positive in the grand scheme here. So there are. I don't know what's happening around baseball tomorrow in terms of what can help or hurt them. We can easily look, but just because they're off, I mean, there's going to be some games that impact them tomorrow. What games would that be, Jim? Let's see. I don't know if there are actually. Braves don't play tomorrow. Mets don't play tomorrow. Diamondbacks don't play tomorrow. So it's kind of a light schedule around baseball, and then we kind of pick it up on Friday.
Is it because Thursday night football, like baseball?
I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. Maybe. JD Gatcher, thanks, man. He says it's okay to say LFGLA versus the Braves. No, that's really not the point. I'm not trying to get like Padres fans so rah. I'm just saying I've always been a calculated sports fan. I'm a math guy. I'm just thinking about what's the best way to like put this thing together. I don't care if the Dodgers win games and that helps the Padres. I'm not going to go down in spite. It's just the way I look at it from a sheer mathematical calculation. I'm not rooting for the Dodgers to go through the Padres in the postseason. That's utter stupidity. But to get to the postseason, I don't really care. Maybe I get it. Some people won't agree with that. I get it. It's a real rivalry. So I completely get it.
I'm rooting for
the Padres to get in.
Yeah.
That's just
sorry. I just
my
saw a
point
tweet,
on
John.
that. What's that?
Side note, you see John Wilner's tweet?
Hold on. You do the show. Do something about the Padres. Just so everyone knows. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, just so let me take people behind the curtain. You guys know I call San Diego State football games. You know I'm a passionate college football and college basketball fan. This channel is sheerly Padres. I know a lot of these people. A lot of you may not be San Diego State fans, might not be college football fans, might not be college basketball fans. I'm just telling you, I am. So there's been a lot going on tonight. So I've been covering that and following that as well, just FYI. But I'm not spending 20 minutes on tonight. I promise you I'm not. I have no desire to do it because people are here for the Padres. Retod, appreciate you, my friend. Very generous. We do guys, if you're here, please subscribe. Let's get to 7,000 tonight. Let's do it off a loss, truthfully. Let's get to 7,000 tonight. So please subscribe. Hopefully there's a lot of exciting baseball ahead for this team. Nothing is over. Make no mistake. Nothing. This isn't sideways.
No.
They're still well positioned, hopefully not just to get in, but once they get in, hopefully make noise. So please subscribe here on Content for Padres fans, and thanks for the supers. We appreciate them. Click the $ below the chat box. Retod saying, we have the bad gut feeling because we've been conditioned as San Diego fans, and I think that's fair. I've never seen such a complete team as this one. Tough L, but we don't lose series. Chin up, chat. Thanks, J&J. They've won a lot of series in the second half of the year, a lot, at a very high percentage. I think the San Diego thing is fair. Wouldn't you agree, Jim? I mean, it ends up not working out a lot. And I'm just talking about the Padres. Forget about everything else. I don't care about the Chargers, whatever. It just doesn't work out your way a lot.
I get it. I've been covering sports in this town for over a decade.
Yeah, and it's never perfect.
I've worked with people that have been here longer than me. And that is unfortunately like the San Diego sports fan feeling of the condition of, all right, when's that other shoe going to drop? Like something bad's going to happen. Nothing can happen here. Like nothing good can happen to us fans here in San Diego. Something bad's going to happen. Oh, our football team went 14-2. Oh, we're going to lose in the
we lost the first
round. Yeah. Exactly. Our kicker can't make a fucking kick. Oh, we're the best team in the league and we drop an interception. Oh, there's
a pandemic. My college basketball team's 30-1.
Right. Or something like, oh, we were in the postseason in a pandemic year and our two best pitchers get hurt. Like, I mean, like 98. Oh, that's a strike. Nope. Guess not. Next pitch, home run. Like just anything that feels like it can go wrong will go wrong. I understand that. But like you have to also think it's got to, at some point, something's got to change. Like something, like whatever it is, it has to.
It will change. It will change. I don't know if
the Cubs hit a grand slam.
Who are they playing?
The Dodgers.
Okay, let's click on that.
Doesn't really mean a lot because the Padres lost tonight, but
yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, no, they didn't.
Well, it's 10-8. Unless are we behind?
Oh, that was like in the 5th inning, guys. Or wait. I'm oh, you're trolling with the grand slam because they scored. Okay, never mind. Don't do that to me.
Yep. And honestly, I'm not overly. Whatever, right? Like
it just. I like the Dodgers lose.
Division right now off tonight's loss. I'm not really thinking division right now off tonight's loss.
I stopped thinking about division. I think Sunday night.
Yeah, I hope I'm full wrong. I hope they close 14-1 and do something ridiculous. I mean, you just never know. But I'm not. That's not what I'm worried about tonight. What I'm worried about tonight, truthfully, is like a Jackson Merrill, is it Dylan Cease on Friday? Yeah,
Dylan Cease Friday.
Cease Webb, you just lost Cease Webb here in San Diego. Now you got to go there and you got to find a way to win this darn game. And I'm serious when I say that. Webb is legitimate. His numbers are probably even better at home. I haven't looked them up. San Francisco is good at home. Don't be fooled by their blah year. They're good at home. And it's a series you don't want to tempt fate by losing this series. Like that things could get very icy losing 2 of 3 to San Francisco. So go win that series is what I would say. Come home, final homestand of the year. But, that Webb Cease thing to me has some value because you had a 2-0 lead on Webb the other day and you could not hold it. You get the same matchup. Dylan Cease, go be Dylan Cease on Friday night. Go give me 6 shutout innings in a win.
And good news, you don't face Snell because he pitched yesterday.
Yeah. I think it's good news.
Or wait, no, did he pitch? Yeah, no, sorry, he pitched tonight. My bad. So, yeah, you don't face Snell because Snell pitched tonight. So that's good, but still, off day tomorrow. You got to regroup and you got to go out and win a series versus the Giants. I mean, you lose a series here versus the Giants, you have had 3 straight bad series in a row.
Right. You have 3 straight series. You
I
have
don't
won.
consider
Yeah.
like this a bad series, but
No, this isn't the worst. No, it's not. I don't
still, I
think it's
mean,
a bad series.
you go loss, series loss, split, series loss.
Yeah. No, I agree. Now, what do we say? Seattle's something like 13 over at home, 13 games over. That's a good team. And this Wu and Kirby have really good numbers.
Dude,
like,
yeah, incredible.
it's just going in there like, oh, we're going to sweep them. These guys have like 2 ERAs. I mean, that's really damn good. Seattle has weird pieces. Seattle has some nice, their rotation, with that rotation, that should be good enough to be very close to the postseason. For whatever reason, it's not, because their offense has been horseshit. SGL Stevens, they had a 10-game division lead this year, Seattle. And
now they're not
well on the outside. So
postseason.
That's not good. SGL Stevens, appreciate you, man. He said that lineup, quote unquote, looked amazing.
Like sarcastically?
On paper, tonight didn't look great. Let's be honest. 19 up, 19 down to start.
Yeah. I mean,
That was
every
scary.
once in a while, you're going to run into a pitcher like Wood. You know,
I actually will. Like, I'm just like, his stuff's good. You know,
he's very good. He's not. I would be more concerning if it was some no-name schmuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you're going to
now got a 1.25 or something at home, or 1.3, he's been amazing.
Like, truthfully, if you're going to get no hit or perfect gamed, which you're on the verge, I mean, it felt a little like, oh shit, is this going to happen tonight?
Right.
Me personally, I would hate it, but at least it wouldn't be like a couple years ago, or was it last year or a couple years ago? I forget when that rando from Arizona threw a no hitter versus the Padres, and it was like,
it was
never
2021.
You never heard from him again.
Yeah, Tatis came back, right, and had a 2-homer game, and the next day they were maybe no hit, something like that. Yeah, when Bob Melvin kind of called out the team in Arizona mid-September, around this time of year.
2022?
2022, I'm sorry, 2022.
So,
2022.
Like, yeah, if you're going to get no hit, it better at least to be by someone that's good. You know, like, oh, shit, okay, I understand that. That's some rando with a 7 ERA.
No, I mean, again, there's some of those pieces from Seattle I would take in a heartbeat. Like, if I was just like doing a draft.
Well, a lot of them were former Padres.
Well, that too, probably. That too. Murray, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So look at this from Murray. Let's go off topic for a second and appreciate this for a moment. He says he's back. Depression is no joke. Murray, I didn't fully realize you were dealing with that, so we're thinking about you. I say this seriously. Get a good support group. It will save your life. You're never alone. I will always care. That's great message in this world with today, with people battling all kinds of things. So Murray, thank you for sharing that and being strong and sharing that. We talked earlier today about it being September 11th and what that means. There's so many things beyond, obviously, Padres, Mariners, including an individual story like this. And depression is a real deal. My father battled with it for his adult life. Yeah. So thinking about you, Murray, and, you know, like you said, there are, and if anyone does battle with depression or any other thoughts, there are resources for you. So make sure to use those resources, especially in today's world with how mental health is a lot more discussed today than it was 25 years ago.
And I'm just glad that we can be there for you, Murray, in this capacity. You know, like, never be afraid to reach out if you need help. And I'm glad that
that's right.
Tuning into this wrap-up show and this, you know, community that we've built with Padres fans, it seems like it helps, and it's a place, a safe place for you. So, like, that's awesome and amazing. And again, dude, anytime you need help, reach out and never be scared to. And yeah, having a good support system is always key for sure.
And a saying I like to say is go easy on yourself, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy.
Never as bad as you may think it is.
Exactly. Go easy on yourself. So, you know, obviously back to the Padres. We'll see about this weekend. Now we can look at the series. What is it? Giants, Houston, Chicago White Sox, LA Dodgers, Arizona Diamondbacks. That's it. It's laid out right in front of you. The White Sox thing basically comes at you have to take all three. That's how I'm looking at it. I don't want to entertain anything else, and that scares me. And then the other series is like navigate them, Jim. Like, I don't know. You get the 3 against the White Sox and do enough against the other, 12 games on your schedule to get in.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the schedule, it's definitely something that you're like scared about. But at the same time, it's not just your schedule, it's everyone else's schedule around you that have to look at,
Sure.
and knowing that the Braves have to outplay you by a significant margin to jump you. That gives me some type of like calm to where I'm like, oh, it's not a half game, it's 2.5 games. And it's essentially it's like feels like 3.5 because they had the tiebreaker. They're going to need to jump you by a game. They can't tie.
Correct.
So that to me makes me feel a little better. The one thing that I am fully DEFCON 1 like is I don't know about this one is where they seed. I was pretty not confident that they were going to be the 4th seed. I was confident and I still am that they're going to make the postseason, but like where they are 4, 5, or 6, that is completely up in the air. And the goal is the 4 seed. Like that is what the goal is right now. It's very obtainable, but by no means is it going to be easy because you are now the 5th seed and it's a half game there and the Mets are charging and they're on fire. It's like it can go any which way direction here.
It can. And I completely agree. Listen, I remember a year, Jim. I mean, I've seen there's been some crazy things that have happened. I mean, Jim, teams have overcome like 6.5 or 7 games or 17 to play within the last 15 or 20 years. You can still get a wild swing this late. So, like, think about this. Coming into tonight, they had 10% of their season. Like 16 games doesn't seem like a lot. And they're like, it's 10%. They cannot. This can't be this time you go 5-10. Is my point. Someone else can go 10-5 and blow right by you. So I just like to use that for like perspective. It doesn't happen every season, but there's examples of teams giving up 5, 6, 7 games in the final 15, 20 games of a season, or vice versa. So nothing has fully been determined. Someone I think had the magic number maybe in the chat earlier. Is it 12? I mean, that's still a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not clinching in the next week with the magic number of 12. It's going to come down to 2 weeks from now. And that's into like the final week of the year, you know?
Mm-hmm. And like Michael King pitched fine tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't like as good as he has been here in the second half.
He was done in by an error that cost him 2 runs.
Absolutely.
5 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Yeah,
not bad.
It's fine. Yeah, it's not bad.
Morejon though, not great. I don't really trust him in a like crunch time situation, to be honest with you. I just don't. Like I trust him if they have a 4-run lead, but when you need to preserve a lead or in a big time moment for you, he's probably not the first I'm going to. I probably would go to Brian Hoeing before I'd go to Adrian Morejon, to be honest with you, at this point in time.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think that's a good discussion point as well. Let's get back to this conversation in a moment. I do want to remind our viewers about our friend Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor. We just can't do this without Mark. He helped get us off the ground somewhere in the neighborhood of like 3 months or 3 years and 3 months ago, something like that. I mean, it's been like 40 months that we've had Mark with us on YouTube, and we've been on YouTube, and we've been doing the show for 5 seasons. So it's been amazing, and we couldn't do it without Mark. And here's the deal. He's just a great insurance agent. So if you support our work, if you support our channel, please support our longtime title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. I've got homeowners and earthquake and life insurance through Mark, and you can as well. Just by switching your insurance, he can save you $750 or more. And then if you ever need him, like I did when I filed a claim in 2022, he saved us. Honestly, I'd love to know what he saved. It was probably like 20 grand. He saved us so much money, so much time. We were out of our house for 2 weeks. We had all new flooring and painting done in our place because of a flood. And that's all because Mark just took care of it. I wouldn't have known where to go without Mark. And now he checks in on me all the time. There's a fire in the area. He checks in on me. It's Kristen's birthday. He wishes her a happy birthday. He's just a really good, he's great with service and communication. He just is. And he's a lifelong Padres fan. He's a native San Diegan. Click the link in the description down below. You can see his website on the screen, or call him. He'll give you free quotes, and he'll talk to you about the Padres as well, the added bonus. So if you support the channel, please support Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information is on ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. Reach out to Mark. Let him know that John and Jeff on the wrap-up show sent you and that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, can we talk about Tatis for a moment? I mean, there's been some amazing individual performances by Fernando Tatis Jr. here recently. The ball he turned on Wu tonight, I think was it first pitch. He absolutely slaughtered.
It's a
I
piss
mean,
missile.
I don't know the exit velocity on it. It was unbelievable. Just
It was
watching
hard. He hit it very
like
hard.
if there was no seat, it feels like it would have gone forever. It just feels like one of those line drives that was just going. So there was that. And then there was the catch, which was a spectacular play. I know they lost the game. At the end of the day, okay, they did. But it kind of proves back to the point of he's a brilliant fielder. The move to the outfield has made a lot of sense for the organization. He's acclimated to it beautifully to become one of the great fielders in the game at any position. He's won a platinum glove, as we know. That's not just one of those go over the wall plays, Jim. It's like at the apex of the leap type plays. Again, it would be amazing if he won the game out of it or something. But just from a sheer play perspective, that was an incredible play tonight from Tatis.
The last 2 nights in Seattle,
holy moly,
are, I mean, back-to-back games in a series, probably one of the better series for Tatis all around in years, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I know the 8-0 comeback early in the year, his defense wasn't as great. Like, I don't remember him doing this stuff defensively at the beginning of this season.
Right.
And last season, he was doing the stuff defensively, but his bat was not falling. I mean, he had nights where he did a lot, right? But like consistently, it got a 740 OPS last year.
Is that what it was?
It was a.
Can you look that up? Is it really 740?
771 OPS.
Okay, that's better.
Still, I mean, it's down.
Yep.
I mean, his OPS right now is 813, and the last 2 nights have been some of the best baseball Tatis has played, like in his career. It feels like defensively and offensively at the plate. Having the 2 home runs in these games, the 3-run homer last night, the home run to break up the perfect game tonight, and then the guy throwing out the guy at second last night, and robbing the home run tonight. Like, that's why he's special. And I think you texted me, he's like, man, if he just stay healthy, guy hit it like 1,000 home runs, it feels like.
I mean, I joke, but I'm like, if he was, I mean, imagine how many home runs he's capable of hitting in a fully healthy career. The number isn't ridiculous.
He is like, I mean, they're in Seattle, so I'll say it, like, he could be like Griffey. He could have a 45 homer season and make plays like that in the outfield.
But the problem is Griffey had the 10-year run, right?
Griffey's better, but like,
no crap. I mean, he's also 100% Hall of Fame, getter. But just hear me out. Griffey had those 10 years where like, oh my God. And then of course it was injury riddled. Later on, his Cincinnati years were nothing like his Seattle years. But the problem is Tatis isn't, that 10-year Griffey run, Tatis has already wasted half those years. Not wasted. He's had some brilliant moments, but he hasn't gotten all that max value like Griffey was getting because Griffey was healthy right away because Tatis hasn't been healthy. I agree. Like in an alternate world, if Tatis was just maintaining his play and never missed a beat, the guy would be on a ridiculous, I don't know if it'd be Griffey trajectory, but it would be probably 90% of it.
I'm just saying, I mean, like, what Trout did in his earlier years. I won all his MVPs, but he was winning. Was he winning Gold Gloves too?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I just am thinking about how Tatis, the way he moves in the outfield, his fluidity, like the way he
I agree with you.
Jump over the wall and catch a home run and bring it back, and then his arm throwing guys out, his speed on the base paths, his power where he can hit 45 home runs in a season. Like, I'm not saying he's Griffey. It just reminds me like those types of qualities is what Griffey had. And
I think it's actually a completely reasonable comp if the guy was healthy his entire career.
Right. Yeah.
Because his numbers would be but he hasn't been, so you can't make the comp.
Imagine a 3-year run of like 40 plus home runs for Tatis and Gold Gloves and all-star games and
stole bases,
having a 950 OPS plus every single, or OPS, not OPS plus, but 950 OPS every single one of those years, and having one year where he's like 1100 OPS, and leads the league in home runs and all this like that. I could envision him doing that just if he was healthy, unfortunately,
There is no chance, and I hate to be this guy, Tatis is ever going to be given the opportunity to steal 50 bases in the major leagues.
No. And plus the stolen base now, it's not
Who
really
even
that
cares?
it's not a stat where you're like, oh my God, because it's easier to steal bases and
Plus 50, even
yeah.
50 home runs for the Padres. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just a
50 home
massive
runs
number.
50 home runs is a damn good accomplishment.
Massive year.
It's a massive year. Like Ohtani's going to have a massive season. I just don't consider it
Like,
to be like this incredible. We have to stop everything we're doing and talk about Ohtani 24/7 type of
right.
season.
I mean, but is Tatis ever going to have a 50 home run season in his career? There's a very good chance the answer to that is no.
I would take a
Right?
45 home run season.
I know. No, don't get me wrong. 40 is awesome. I mean, he's already had. So I'm just saying 50 is such a ridiculous year that I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. I'd love to see it, but I'm not holding my breath.
Dude hit 42 in 130 games in 2021. That's on pace for a 50-plus home run season.
It's on pace for 50, but it's also going to become 2025, 4 years removed.
Okay. And he is still 25 years old.
I know, but when have we said since 2021 that he's better now than he was then? Not in 2023, not in 2024, unfortunately.
So 88
How many home
games,
runs does he hit this year?
88 games and 16 home runs. What does that equal out to? On pace
30,
for
29.
Okay.
28. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good, but it's not. It ain't 40. It ain't 45. So I hope we see that player again. I hope we see that 2021 player. We're going to need to for that money, Mova Globes. Guys, if you haven't taken advantage of the offer, you need to do so now. Use promo code PWS10. You're getting 10% off these puppies. They're not puppies. They're actually globes. And they've got all 30 teams officially licensed. They spin automatically with artificial or natural light. They do it automatically. It's an amazing product. Company based right here in San Diego. Technology actually comes from Cardiff by the Sea. Their founder from Cardiff by the Sea came up with this technology. They're really incredible. There's magnets in here. Has to do with the way I think the Earth is spinning, or this. I forget. We're not getting into that. But they're spectacular. They have all 30 teams officially licensed through Major League Baseball. They have Planet Globes as well, and a number of other products for you. But if you want them, they have them in Padres. They have them in all 30 teams. And grab them right now. You get 10% off with promo code PWS10. That's PWS10. It's perfect for the baseball fan in your life. It is a great gift idea. It's great for a home office. Your kids are going to love them. Your wife's going to love them. So if you haven't grabbed one, support a San Diego company. Support the wrap-up show. Use promo code PWS10.
Yeah, guys, get a Mobile Globe today. It's a great gift item for a family member who is a diehard Padres fan. Or if they're a fan of another baseball team in your family, Mobile Globes has every single baseball team that you could go get. You can get a World Mobile Globe. You can get solar system globes. You can get the moon, the sun, Jupiter. You can get what else? Nebulas. You can get painting globe. I mean, they have it all. Go to Mobile Globe right now. PWS10 is our promo code. Mobile Globe in the link description below. Get a Mobile Globe today, guys. These things are awesome.
They really are. Let me get to some of the supers that have come in here while we've been chatting about Tatis. So I apologize and get to these a few minutes late, but thank you, Spicy Mayo. He is a Dodger fan.
Welcome back, Spicy
Mayo, for the super. He says, LA Dodger fan here. Shield over Melvin. Love what you all do. We appreciate you saying that. I think it's a fine conversation. How many times have we entertained this over the last year on the channel? 100 times, 50 times? People always bring it up. We'll see. It's not some crazy hot take either way. It's not a crazy hot take to say Bob Melvin's a good manager. It's not a crazy hot take to say Mike Shilt's a good manager. One's better than the other. It is what it is. It's an opinion, I don't think it's overly controversial to say Mike Shilt is a good manager, has had a good year as a manager. That's for sure.
No, I think he's a really good manager. I don't think that Bob Melvin's a bad manager. I think last year was a bad year for everybody, including Bob Melvin. Everyone had a bad season, everybody, including Bob. And it didn't make it easy when you have the GM and the manager constantly always bickering and fighting and disagreeing. And that just didn't work. And especially with the way they were playing, it just compounded to things. And like we get like it's just I find it funny. And I really like Mike Schilt as far as an in-game manager. His other stuff, whatever, but in-game stuff, just manager, keeping the team together. The way the players love him, like, yes, Mike Schilt, great manager for this team. But it's always like, Bob Melvin sucks. I'm like,
yeah, you don't, right.
You guys remember
sometimes you don't have to,
2022.
right. You don't have to be critical just to praise someone else.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we were all here. I mean, I don't think anybody was saying Bob Melvin sucked in 2022. And I've always said that about that season and after 2022. And it's like, you know, what are you going to say if this team makes the World Series and they fire Mike Schilt in the year because the team has 65 wins? You can say the same thing about Mike Schilt?
Probably.
You know?
Probably.
Like if they legitimately go to the World Series this year, say they don't win it, but they go to the World Series, and then the following season they have a down year. Schilt has been horrible managing. He makes all the wrong moves. He turns into a guy that is a move too late, and they win 75 games. Is the same thing going to be happening to Mike Schilt?
Well, I think you can answer your question. Juan Soto is a first ballot Hall of Famer at 99% vote. And once he leaves, it's like, what did Juan Soto do for us? It's always going to be like that. That's how it is when you're a fan. If Manny Machado didn't sign that extension, what would people say about Manny Machado?
Yeah, they'd probably be saying a little different.
They wouldn't be complimenting him. JD Gasher, thank you. He says baseball's funny. Brian Wu. Okay, this is the Big West. Had a 6.49 ERA. 3 years later, he took a perfect game into the seventh inning. Not just that, 3 years later, he's a quality start machine. I looked at his game log today. His game log's ridiculous. He's had an amazing year. I don't know how or why, but they showed best home ERAs in the history of the Mariners. He's top 5 with Randy Johnson and Felix Hernandez in 2024. That's how
a good list.
Been. He's like third on that list. So he's been dominant. They ran into him, and they couldn't match him tonight. Unfortunately, it would have been a great win to beat him based on everything we've been saying about him here tonight. They don't get it. Now they go from great pitcher to great pitcher in Wu to Webb. And let's just hope history doesn't repeat itself on Friday night, is what I would say. Is it time for Watergate?
Oh, it's time for water, everybody. So, everyone knows.
But let's just quickly. Here's what I'm going to do. Because should I put new water in, Jim? Because this is from like a couple hours ago.
First of all, I don't even know if you put how you put the filter in.
Right. I'm serious because okay. Is the filter improperly? Because you told me it might not be.
I don't know. Look at the top. I think.
I would assume it goes in that way. Oh my God, I just got water all over my laptop.
Oh no. Here we go. John's going to freak out when he sees this. Here's the thing. Put water in, put the filter back in and then put the water in. And then I want to see how fast it comes out. Because if it's leaks at all, then you don't have it on right. Yeah, just put new water in the filter or in the Brita. Exactly. Disaster waiting to happen, Charlie. Yep. Here comes the fiasco. Watergate, but not that Watergate. I know. I know Moises. He's going to be like, I've been drinking this water for how long?
All right, so look.
Yeah, you don't have it on right. That's way too fast.
What are you talking about?
Guys, that doesn't look like it's being filtered, right? That does not look like it's being filtered. You must have it on wrong.
How?
I don't know. Read the directions. Be a man.
I did. It had 6 steps, and they were easy. Faulty Spark says it's fine.
Okay, fine. Whatever. I just don't think that it's fully filtering what it needs to be filtering, but maybe it's a
Okay. So hold on. This is going to be in the Clydesdale Cup. Let me go get sink water for the San Diego State.
okay. New filter flows. Are you sure about that? Because when I buy a filter, it had to drip out.
And then we have our water pregnancy kit.
Oh, that's a good question. Do you pre-rinse it, John?
I did.
Okay. Pre-rinse the dust. That's what people are saying in the chat.
Wait, what's that? What are they saying? Pre-rinse what?
Pre-rinse the dust?
What do I have to pre-rinse? This is a serious question. I'm being dead serious. Do I have to pre-rinse the filter or not? I'm seriously asking because I didn't do that.
Fill the top. Go to Italy. Then you can have. Oh.
This is the sink water that I just got from the sink.
I'm not a nattering knob. I just want to make sure that the filter works for him.
But I'm saying, should I have washed the filter?
I need to see what your water is actually right now. Go get your tap water.
I have my tap water. It's the San Diego State.
Okay, cool.
So now, let's start with the tap water. Now, what's a good score? What's a bad score?
A good score on that is anything lower than a 0.6.
Can you read that? Yeah. This is a 0. I haven't used it yet.
Anything higher than a 0.60, that's bad. Ideally, you want water, this thing to show like 0.02 or whatever.
This
or something.
reads 36.
That's so bad.
Is it?
That's so bad.
I've been drinking that for 44 years. Wait, someone said rinse filter for a minute. Let me go rinse the filter.
Then go rinse the filter.
Yeah, let me rinse the filter.
That's saying, not good.
Oh my God.
I know. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I use the same tester for the water I washed my truck with. Not good, Johnny. Rinse it. Yeah, minerals are fine for you. Chlorine's okay. Welcome to the filtered water edition of the wrap-up show. Calvin says you have parasites for sure, John. Carl says don't drink SD water. And now Lisa is asking, should we be worried about microplastics in water? Maybe. He's not peeing. He's trying to wash his filter. IB water thinks.
Can we explain why did this even come up last night? Because I said I drink tap water, and you're saying I'm psycho.
Yes, because I live in Imperial Beach, and the sewage problem down here, and the stink, and the smell, and the water, it's all a freaking joke. Okay, I still think that's like really fast, but whatever.
But if that's fast, what am I supposed to do? Wait an hour and a half to drink water? Like, is that realistic?
JD Gaucho has you have to boil the water to kill all of the like.
I'm not boiling water. I'm sorry.
All right. Now, I want you to give me the filtered water, and I want you to test that.
Should I pour it in? It's ready to go?
Yeah, that's filtered. What else? How is it else going to get?
Look, I get the green light.
Okay. All right, now
should I taste the two? Should I taste the two before we do the?
I want you to test that water, though.
Test it. Okay, remember the last one was a 36. So we're going to assume this is like going to be like a 1.
It should be lower than that. And if it's not, then the filter's not working, in my opinion. Or just the filters, or it just sucks. What is it?
The freaking exact same.
Yeah, the filter's 36. Not working. It's not 36?
36.
Yeah, the filter's not. A filter does not work. I'm telling you, the filter should not be that fast.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
You're doing something wrong. I don't know what you're doing.
This is Brita. It's what they do for a living.
I wish I could be there right now.
Let me do a taste test.
I need you to like literally show me the Brita how you're doing this. By the way, we've lost everybody.
Yeah, no crap. You have to soak it for like an hour, read the directions? I think we threw them out.
Britas aren't that great.
Is it a scam or are they filtering something else out that's not coming up? What is this even scanning for? I messed up the filter.
Right?
Hold on. Let me try this.
Oh,
Tastes like
God.
tap water.
Yeah.
Tastes like tap water.
Yeah, it tests for the chlorine and stuff in it. And
So there's chlorine in there.
yeah.
Well, what am I supposed to now do? Go buy a $50,000 system?
You soak filter in warm water.
Oh my God.
I don't understand how you F this up.
I'm
knew
worried
something's
about
wrong.
conference realignment and I can't get a glass of water with a low pH score.
Oh my God. You seriously ripped John.
Why is this happening to me?
I think that's a ppm checker. I'm not entirely sure.
It
What is
says TDS. It's a TD. We're testing for TDS.
What is TDS?
I don't know. Let's Google it. Google that.
TDS test.
Here's some money. We need more. I need a freaking Brita, or I need like a luxury Brita.
Yeah, you bought one for like $20.
It was like $45. This pitcher. What's the reverse osmosis everyone's talking about?
What does a TDS water tester do? It's for like. Hold on.
Here's a good point. Is the filter pushed down all the way? I don't.
It's probably not.
Probably not. That could be an issue.
It's a temperature meter, accurate and reliable ppm meter, digital water testing kits for drinking water quality, tap, well, swimming pool, aquarium. Oh, okay.
Wait, what do they say about a number that's at 36?
Hold on. TD.
Actually,
what is it?
Scary.
TDS tester.
Yeah, 36
TDS,
score.
Water score. There we go. What is TDS? TDS meter are handy ways to evaluate water quality. It stands for total dissolved solids.
Okay.
TDS meters are used to measure the purity of drinking water. In most cases, a value over 900 mgl indicates contaminated water and should not be consumed.
Over 900, I'm drinking 30. It's practically, I'm drinking beautiful water.
It says levels lower than 300 are excellent and reflect the presence of beneficial
I'm drinking
minerals.
excellent water.
No, you're not. Lower. You're drinking higher.
I'm lower than 300. I'm at 30.
It says waters with readings between 300 and 900 may taste bitter and could have metallic.
I'm at 364, not 36.4.
No, you're at 364.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, it says TDS levels greater than 900 should not be.
I'm at 300.
Yeah, so like the water today at work that I showed you that was like 22, that's like perfect water to drink.
I'm seriously thinking about leaving the country.
So here's the TDS meters, okay? Here we go. It says a 0 is ideal drinking water. 50 is carbon filtered mountain springs water. Anything in the 100 range is hard water. 200 is marginally acceptable. 3 to 400 is high TDS from the tap. could contain metals and let's see here, substances, and 500 is the maximum level of drinking water. Anything above that, then you should not drink it, or you'll like die.
Well, where do I go from here?
I mean, here's the thing.
Do you think I should buy? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's a rock and a hard place. If I buy the thing that you have, Kristen will divorce me.
Correct.
If I buy a Brita, the thing doesn't work, even though when I pour it in, it's got a green light. Why does it have a green light?
Here's the thing. Open that Brita up. Show me what is happening, because, like, I don't think you do it right. No, John. You gotta take the top off.
Okay.
Take the top off. All right. Take the whole thing out.
Hold on. There was going to get water all over everything.
You're fine. There you go. Boom. Now, put your right hand, put that jug away. Move the jug. All right. Now, I need to see the inside of that Brita. What is happening? Okay. All right. Now, is that thing loose?
Yes.
Okay, then it's not in right.
Press filter below line to seal. I didn't read that last time.
Freaking.
Okay, it's kind of pressed in there. Good now.
Okay, now try it, and I want to see how fast the water comes out.
It doesn't really press in that well. This thing's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like $30. It's
like 45.
You pay for what you get. I mean, you get what you pay for.
Fair. Stand by. Let me do it again.
Oh, boy. John, you ever use a condom? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, that's not right. I'm sorry. Some super chats. Moises, thanks for the super chat. He says, here's some money. We need more of this content. JD Gaucho said, thinking of the Aquafina drinks on commercial right now. Carlos entering the chat, being like, what the hell's happening? I'm just here to say I'm mad, and Tatis is great. Cronenworth changed the dynamic of the game anyways. Wildcard team as usual, and see if we don't choke. Okay. And then Omar, where have you been the last 3 hours? San Diego State to the Pac-12? Yes, San Diego State to the Pac-12. More on that tomorrow morning.
100%.
And so, yeah.
Hold on. Let's try this one more time. And now I'm going to Amazon after this. I'm buying like TDS Eliminator. But then again, I've been doing this for 40-something years.
It's not, like, if I'm being honest with you, I don't want to freak you too much. Drinking the tap water isn't the worst thing in the world. But again, it's like.
Look, I got a green light.
Did you read the directions? Do you know what the green light stands for?
Yeah, it means like the filter. It's like your filter is good. And if it turns like orange, like replace or something.
Okay. Just drink soda.
I'm drinking hop water right now. I might just buy lots of. I try to not just buy like plastic bottles all day. I'm done with this thing. 367, 370.
I mean, that's borderline like really bad. I mean, you're bordering on like really bad water. Hi.
Who are you talking
to? Effin McGrain.
I'm seriously gonna have to figure this out because I mean, I have a 5-year-old. I don't want him to deal with this for his whole life.
Okay.
What's everyone's solution? What's your
how do we fix this, everybody? Put in the chat. How do we fix it? If you were John Schaefer, what would you do? I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Watch a YouTube tutorial video on how to like.
That's a fair point since we're on YouTube.
I mean, anything's on YouTube for a tutorial.
John, are you radioactive?
Shower, James. There's if you just go on Amazon and you just type in filtered shower head, just get the one with like the most and best reviews. That's what I did. I mean, look for one that has like
shower head.
Well, James asked me a question. And I said,
"Oh, James, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
Go on Amazon, search for filtered water shower heads, and look for one that has like a really high rating and thousands of reviews. That's what we do. We just read all the reviews.
Buy a well.
Buy bottled water.
Google Brita filters help TDS.
Get a home water filtration system for your entire house.
Brita pitchers are not certified to reduce TDS.
That's why you're all.
So now I got to go to Amazon and find a TDS reducer.
Oh my god! TDS reducer.
TDS help? I don't know. What would it be called? TDS
filter. TDS water filter
system. Oh, great! They're $500.
That's it.
Reverse osmosis system. I mean, Kristen would murder me, dude.
TDS water filter.
They're crazy. They're like these huge like tanks.
Oh yeah, she'll
it's
kill
an
you.
Under sink water filtration system.
Ooh,
like that's a joke.
There's one here for like $32. Dude. I have one right here for your fridge. Boom.
I don't have a fridge. I mean, I have a fridge.
No, you have a fridge. Here, hold on. Yeah, I have the Primo, as Melvin said in the chat. Get the Primo. That's like the best one. That's what I have, but it's like $180.
What's $180? Seriously, tell me what you're talking about.
What I have in my house, the water cooler, which you're not going to get because Kristen would murder.
I'm not going to get a water cooler because I think I'll get yelled at.
Well, yeah, you probably should talk to your wife before you like buy stuff of like this magnitude.
When I told her this morning, she wanted to punch me.
It's like, here you go. Look at this.
Let me see it. Nice internet. That looks unbelievable.
So it's a Culligan Zero Water 22 cup ready stage 5 water filter dispenser with 5-stage 0 TDS water filter, certified to reduce lead, chromium, and PFOA and PFOSs. 7,000 reviews, 4.3 stars. Not bad.
4.3. I'd like to see a little higher than that, but
I mean, it's for your fridge, so you just like literally tap the water
what do you
thing
mean
here.
It's for your fridge.
You put it in your fridge, dude, or you just keep it out. You put it in your fridge so the water stays cold.
Well, I get that concept.
Now here's the problem though. So
what?
These filters here, this is what we had. And maybe, I mean, our water was horrible here, but like, oh, you get the 52 cup one.
It only makes 52 cups?
Oh, yeah, that's a big boy right there. Oh, you can apply an $8 coupon. Look at that thing.
That thing's huge.
It shows you
my whole fridge, man.
I know, and it shows you like what the water is.
I'll just keep warm water. Culligan Zero Water. Okay, that might be my move.
I think you should do a little more research.
Melvin, Padres wrap-up show @gmail.com. Email me. Have your dad. Let's talk.
Culligan?
Boom. Culligan's amazing.
We love Culligan.
We love Culligan. Seriously, Padres wrap-up show @gmail.com. Or just text me. I mean, you don't have my number, but let's make this work. But isn't Culligan the jugs?
I think so. I don't know.
What a night. Ben says stop freaking him out. Okay. That's enough on Brita for tonight. But should I return? I think I got to return the Brita.
I know. Hold on. What did Ben say? Stop freaking him out. But it's fun. 300 to 500 ppm of TDS is where things should be ideal. This level is the sweet spot for TDS and drinking water. The water most likely contains minerals and does not taste flat. So one, it doesn't taste good. It contains minerals. It's not like that bad for you, but it's also like not that healthy for you either.
All right, Mr. Like I eat like Reese's sticks.
Okay, Mr. I eat friggin' Reese's cups.
Oh, they're so good, man, aren't
and
they?
drink 7 Diet Cokes a day.
I had one today.
13 Celsiuses.
Celsius is natural. It grows on trees.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, man. All right. I don't even know where we were. Well, we're nowhere. What we're going to do is wrap up the show. But I do want to remind our viewers that are still living,
that are still here,
that we do have a great partnership going on right now with our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. You can get $1,000 in bonus cash by using promo code PADSWRAP. That's promo code PODSWRAP. NFL, as we know, is underway. They've got some incredible offers. Jim was telling me about some pick'ems earlier today. They got free pick'ems, like half yard on, I don't know, quarterbacks. Will they throw for a half yard?
Josh Allen, half yard passing, and CD Lamb, half yard receiving this weekend.
They're giving you winners. All you got to do is sign up at Underdog right now, and you can play Padres pick'ems all season long. You can win 325 times your money in a single night. You're getting a 50% deposit match. All you got to do is use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. The free pick'ems as well. The discounted picks, Josh Allen and more, CD Lamb. So do it right now. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Click the link in the description down below or scan that QR code.
Real quick before we bounce out of here, John, everybody wake up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. because that is when it is being confirmed now by John Canzano, is when the announcement of San Diego State to this new version of the Pac-12 will be happening.
I might do an hashtag wrap-up show right now.
6 a.m., everybody. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., John Canzano confirming it. He is literally
6 a.m.
He said,
in the tweet.
Yeah, exactly. Announcement coming at 6 a.m. Now
that's a little early.
9 a.m. East Coast time, like right away. They want it. Here's what they want to do. They want to announce it at 6 a.m. so they get on.
You get the full day,
and the national shows.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there you go. San Diego State to the Pac-12, everybody.
Should I do a wrap-up show? Should I do a late night wrap-up show?
I mean, this is a big news, John.
Just darn it, will you come on? Hold on. Will you join me if I do a wrap-up show? Do you want to join for a wrap-up show, Jim?
I'll join for 3 seconds. I mean, that's
what she said.
That's what he said. This is big. Right?
I think it's big. I mean, it's significant. It is absolutely. I mean, it's what do I always say? That realignment's never dead. I mean, that this is musical chairs for forever. If you watch the history of college athletics, this is how it works. There's been a lot of movement. And even more recently, the last 5 years, we've had crazy movement. Jarnay's going to join me at 11:35. You want to hop on, Jim, from 11:15 to 11:30? You can be my first guest. Sure.
Let's do this. Everybody watching us right now, that jump over to the Aztec wrap-up show.
Look at that. Aztec. If you're an Aztec fan, I've got a channel. Just type in on YouTube Aztecs wrap-up show. All right, we're out. Please subscribe. You're on content for Padres fans and water filter fans. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Appreciate your support of the channel, the supers and the super thanks. JD Gaucho, appreciate you, man. He says, if the Big West gets Nevada back because of this, I'm smiling. Who knows what this means for the Mountain West, by the way. That's a great point. But thank you, JD Gaucho. Wait.
What?
You're not what? You're joining 11:35.
He says he's not.
He's not what?
Joining?
Are you in or are you out, Darnay? And I like that, like,
photo. You're either in or you're out.
He said, check the chat. We're back Friday night. Padres-Giants game, one of a 3-game series. No water talk likely. A lot of Padres-Giants talk. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Mova Globes. Use promo code PWS10. Underdog. Use promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Darnay, you're joining.
He said fine.
How about this? I'm going to give Darnay a plug right now. Subscribe to the On Fryer podcast, right? Is that, but that's not separate from NBC7. But find Darnay on social media. Subscribe to his podcast. He does great work. He's a huge supporter of the channel. Friend of the show, we think. So subscribe to the work he's doing. He's doing great work. And he's going to join at 11:35. And Jim, I'm going to bother you in 15 minutes. Peace, everyone.